It is Tuesday morning, March the 28th at 8 o'clock on the dot, and this is Coffee Talk. Rise and shine. I hope you're having a great start to the day. Lovely, lovely weather we're having around Central Florida. Top two things we are monitoring: sweatshirt weather returning to town. You betcha. We'll be discussing that. And concerns for some areas of Central Florida because of fires that are burning. It's a busy morning in the weather department, and we've got you covered every single step of the way. Hope you're having a great start to the day. Before we get in too deep, let's just take a minute, a moment, a second, and take a sip. Okay, now I feel one with nature. Now I feel good. Now we can move on with our day, shall we? A little gray here in Brevard County. Have an interesting little scenario playing out where we've got some smoke from a fire in Volusia County kind of playing in, combining with a little bit of fog. So let's start off by talking about that fog, okay? First off, dense fog advisory is in effect for Flagler, St. John's, Putnam, Marion, Sumter, and much of the Nature Coast. Here's a look at the latest visibility numbers, and you can see the visibility is down, particularly in areas like Sanford, in DeLand. We're watching that lowered visibility back over here toward Ocala, back over toward Leesburg, okay? Definitely watching some fog around Daytona Beach, and the concern in Daytona Beach is not just fog, but it's smoke and fog playing together. Let me show you. There's the Double Gate fire. Okay, this is a fire that, of course, started a couple of days ago. It's gotten quite large. It's 85% contained. But if you look at the wind direction, the overall wind direction is pushing that smoke. That's a terrible arrow that I tried to draw. But it's pushing that smoke over toward our coastal areas. So if we look at Futurecast in a smoke tracking kind of mode, okay, you can see it's pushing that smoke right over Daytona Beach and particularly the airport. Okay, the fire is back off toward the west on the left side of the screen there. So for what it's worth, that's just something to keep in mind. Okay, my friends, over to, Bellevue, the airport, the Speedway, Reed Canal, and of course the Speedway is, technically it's the airport, but you can see the visibility lowered. And that's the area that has the sensor there, okay? So a little bit of fog to deal with this morning. The good news is, though, is that as that fog lifts, we'll be good to go. Here's a check-in on our first warning, live Doppler radar. We are looking good to go. Temperature-wise, out the door, 68 in Orlando, 67 in DeLand. It's 66 in Daytona Beach, 64 degrees in Titusville. We look to the forecast today, and it looks lovely, doesn't it? 86 degrees by 1 o'clock, 90 degrees by 3 o'clock, and there will be a few showers in the overall forecast pattern, right? Yeah, you see those showers. So let's talk about today's rain chances, okay? According to all the data, the majority of the rain threat will be north of our area. But you do notice when we outline today's rain chances, okay, it's going to be spots like Ocala and Palm Coast. And there's even the mention of a few showers there back over to like Brevard County. Okay, let's take a look at Futurecast together here and see what Futurecast is painting in for today. And you can see a couple of little showers north of town, nothing too crazy. But there's Futurecast trying to dial up a few showers in the metro and then bringing in some rains back over to Brevard County before our northern spots get the showers late in the day. Not a ton of rain in the forecast when we kind of look at the overall, how much rain could we see? Yeah, a couple of showers here or there. That's basically it. Now, let's look at another flavor of Futurecast here. I'm curious. Yeah, that's kind of a little more interesting. Keeping most of the rain north of us. Let me explain to you what's going on, okay? We've basically got this frontal boundary that's been staying north of us and has been bringing severe weather to our friends north of us for days and days and days and days. But this frontal boundary is getting a little breath of fresh air, and as it does so, it's going to start moving into our area a little more, a little more, a little more, right? So that's kind of what we're at. It's going to be an interesting little thing here where we're going to get ourselves this cold front. Right? So sorry, had to type this out. So here's kind of the overall setup for us, all right? Nice hot air in place today, but there's that front getting closer and closer and closer. And as it does, my friends, we're talking about mild air pushing in the next couple of days. We are finally going to get into some nice stuff. So when we talk about that, what is the temperature trend? Well, let's talk about these next couple of days, shall we? Temperatures today hitting 90. But what do I spy with my little eye? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, highs in the 80s. Now, it's still going to be warm. It's just not going to be flat out disgustingly hot. It's a step in the right direction, you know? So that's where we're at. That's where we're at. And with that, I will take a pause and say good morning to you. I will share our 12-hour forecast while we say good morning. What a beautiful forecast it is. David, Kenneth, I see my brother Frankie. Good morning to you. Tina, good morning to you. We need the rain, but now I have to move patio cushions, Jeannie says. I mean, it's not a ton of rain. There's a 20% chance of rain, 20% coverage of rain. So it's not a ton, but there are a few showers around. My brother says, bring it on. Indeed. Becca, good morning to you. Millie, how are ya? Fantastic 80s. Do I dare ask about the April calendar? I said yesterday, I just don't know that it's going to happen. It's already March 28th. I've got corporate in town this week. If I'm honest, I'm not holding my breath. I'm sorry. Usually, in years past, we've gone through May. We've done April and stopped at May. This year just may be one of those years where we're stopping at March. I'm sorry. Don't be mad at me. I'm sorry. Any rain with this front? Not a ton. A couple of showers. Not a ton. Yeah. Good morning to you, Lisa. How are ya? Everybody's saying good morning to each other. I love it. Eileen says, hi, I'm doing my rain dance. Now, that's a very valid thing. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do the rain dance thing. Excuse me, I'll take that. Am I all set for Houston? Yeah. Hotel room. Let's see. Hotel room is booked. Yeah, hotel room is booked. I believe everything is booked. I'll know pretty quickly. Right? I'll know pretty quickly. Give me a few seconds. I just realized my webcam is being a goober. Hold on one second. I don't know why. Auto select. All right, now I think we're good. I think we're good now. Okay. So yeah, Jamie, I think I'm all good. I think I'm all set for that. Maybe showers. Yeah, no big rains in the forecast. John, question, any idea when the persistent high affecting Florida will move away? Anything on the model showing a change? So we've got, at the end of the day, this is kind of one of those situations where we've watched this cycle around before. So we know, we know that this is a part of the overall cycling pattern. We watched this happen several other times, so we know that it's going to eventually break down and we're going to get busy again. It's just not going to be today, right? That's kind of the setup. But if we look to the 7-day forecast, stand by one, Houston. See, I can say that now because I'm going to Houston. All right, so if we look to the 7-day forecast here, we do get, there are a few showers in the forecast there, Sunday into Monday, maybe even some thunder showers. And that was, what was interesting is that when I did the afternoon coffee talk yesterday, I teased this, but that is something kind of new in the models, is seeing that opportunity for rainfall. So let's do this. Let's kind of take a look. Obviously, looking at the 7-day forecast, not much happening there, right? Like lots of sunshine. We'll go from 90 degrees today to 80 on Wednesday, 82, 85, back to 90. And then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we actually start to get into a bit of a frontal boundary situation. So let me call up, and I don't even know if long futurecast is going to go that far. Yeah, so you can kind of see there's a front starting to approach us Saturday into Sunday. It's going to bring in Sunday particularly. It's going to bring in some moisture. You can see at least futurecast for now is showing most of the moisture south of us. But, you get the overall idea, right? Yeah, and that's as far out as it goes. So you get the overall idea, which is that those rain chances are going to be on the build looking ahead to Sunday and Monday. And we'll tweak these numbers certainly as we get newer data coming in. Yeah. Jamie, May is when you typically stop because of the sea breeze. Is that right? Correct. But this year I just don't know. If I'm just honest, I don't know that I'm gonna get those done. But I got the hurricane forecast done, so yeah, that's the important one at the end of the day. Julie, when is the rain rolling in? I'm heading to Gainesville late this afternoon. It's rolling in up there late this afternoon. Sorry. That's it. I did the rain dance yesterday. Rosebud over on YouTube said, smart decision. Good move. Yeah, we could definitely use some of that. Yeah. Taylor says, your camera's fine. It's, you know what it is? It's like... So I'll tell you, if you remember on Coffee Talk a couple of days ago, I said that I was going to try and, with the new version, I was going to try and make the graphics look better, and I've done that. So this is it. This is a look at the graphic as it stands in its like new pretty version. This is it without. So I don't know if you could tell the difference. That's old kind of. Actually, no, that's still. Hold on a second. Oh, I know why it is. Hold on. Because of this. Okay, so that's new good. That's old blurry. You see how much blurrier that is? So that's the new version, pretty. That's the old version, not pretty. New, old, new. It's just sharper, that's all. It's just sharper. That's all, it's just sharper. But I'm looking to see, is it taxing my computer? Is it bringing the processing down? So I'm just trying to figure that out. I'm just trying to watch and see how it's taxing the computer. What week am I off to Houston? I'm leaving Sunday. This Sunday I'm leaving to Houston. So yeah, I don't know if you noticed that, but the graphics are higher resolution now. We've got a better feed from the computer. That's pretty, right? It's a higher resolution. But I want to make sure that it doesn't beat the snot out of my MacBook Pro here, because it's doing its thing. Annie says, I can tell just a little. If it's not that much better on your end, then maybe it's not worth all the extra effort I'm putting into it. I don't know. You tell me. Do I think Wednesday rain is going to delay the rocket launch? I don't. As a matter of fact, that rocket launch looks like it's got a great forecast. Right now, the bigger concern is going to be the clouds and the wind. And those are definitely elements we'll have to watch. Dana says, I feel like I'm at an eye appointment. 1 or 2? 2 or 1. Exactly right. Yeah, exactly right. Beverly says, not much difference on the cell phone. Okay. It definitely makes the smaller letters clearer and easier to read. Well, and that's I just want to constantly upgrade things. But in doing so, like I'm noticing if I look at myself full screen, the graphics are now a little clearer. The text on the bottom is a little clearer, but like my webcam looks like garbage now. Like it's pixely, and I don't know if it's always that way or maybe my webcam's old. So maybe it's time for me to buy a new webcam. That's kind of what I'm starting to think. I'm also looking at this on a 27-inch monitor, so like I get that I probably see a bit more detail than you would like on a cell phone. You know? Yeah, Janet says my old eyes don't see much of a difference. Yeah. Well, it's something to play with. If nothing else, it's something to play with, right? So probably do need to invest in a better webcam. I'm just looking like I don't even know that this webcam is technically an HD webcam. That's how old this world is. Chris is asking, do we want to see your pores? No, but if that's razor sharp and if that's razor sharp, I do at least not want to be all blurry. You know, that's all. That's all. Be good, Frank. May the Coffee Talk peeps have a beautiful day. You as well, buddy. I think the font looks great. Annie, are you a font snob like I am? This is the Ephra family of fonts. At Wesh, we use the Ephra family of fonts. I'm such a font nerd, it's like painful, but that's for another day. What's your webcam resolution? Janice might not see this on Facebook. It's limited to 720. Well, and I think that my webcam resolution is 720. So, yeah. But And truth be told, I think I'm exporting this. I think, yeah. I mean, I'm my output on this is 720. I can up it to 1920 by 1080, but I've always tried to do 720 to help with your bandwidth. If I'm honest. Like I said, I want this to look good, but I've only ever transmitted Coffee Talk in 720 by 1280 just to take it easy on our cell phones. But maybe I let Facebook compress it and Twitter and YouTube compress it, and I just and I push it out at the full resolution, 1920 by 1280. We could maybe do that at some point. It all looks great. Stop overthinking, Linda says. If I had $1 every time somebody told me to stop overthinking, I'd have a lot of dollars. That's the truth. Belinda, going to Juno Beach in May. What does May look like? 1 foot out the door, need a break. First off, Melinda, my God, I love Juno Beach. Can I give you a suggestion? 2 suggestions for restaurants. Same intersection. Nick and Johnny's Trattoria or Osteria. Nick and John. Hold on. Juno Beach. Nick and Johnny's. Nick and Johnny's Osteria. Okay, that's your fancy dinner. Nick and Johnny's Osteria. That's your dinner. Fancy dinner. Your lunch. The Thirsty Turtle. You're going to Juno Beach, you got to hit up the Thirsty Turtle, and you got to hit up Nick and Johnny's. You'll thank me later. And if you're going to the Thirsty Turtle, you got to get their wings. Could be chicken tenders, but you got to have that wing sauce, okay? That's what it is. I was just playing with my font and so on with my phone yesterday. Fonts are lovely. I love fonts. I'm a font snob as well. Just feels dark in Ocala this morning. I mean, it is. It is. We are still tracking all of that fog around. Man, did we go off the rails today? Yeah, lots of fog around. As a matter of fact, just got an update from the National Weather Service while I was running my mouth that they changed and added Polk County to the dense fog advisory. So just to update things here, adding Polk County. But the Weather Service went on to add that patchy fog is developing and moving into Seminole County, which we were certainly tracking. Yeah, so never a dull moment. That's what I love about Central Florida weather is there's always something to track, right? Love it. Jeannie's asking, do they grill their wings? I don't know. But you're going to like their wing sauce. Belinda says, wow, haven't been there yet. We go to Juneau all the time. Dog-friendly beach. Nick and Johnny's. Thirsty Turtle. And if you want to get feisty for like a fun lunch too, Dune Dog. Although there's a location in Cocoa Beach, I believe, of Dune Dog. The thing that hurts me is when people take pictures with an iPhone, latest model, and won't know how to share the full resolution photo and think that the default Facebook JPEG storage doesn't reduce the image quality because they only view it on a phone. Oh yeah, Facebook compresses the snot out of images. It's terrible. Take care, Nancy. Be good. Tiffany says lots of dense fog, Lake Marion, Heathrow. Let's check in Seminole and just see, because it seems like it is kind of filtering in there. It's going to be the last one I find. All right. Here's Seminole's visibility. Yeah, there you go. So it's kind of filtering, and you can see on the north side there, Lake Mary, Sanford, Geneva, for example. Coming out of Volusia, which, speaking of, let's look up to Flagler, and you can kind of see Flagler Beach, Favoretta, Corona, definitely with the thicker fog there. Over to Volusia County, widespread thick fog. Ormond Beach, De Leon Springs. It's that ribbon where we had that brush fire, right? Yeah. Dune Deli changed names. This place has been called Dune Dog for as long as I can remember. So it's been, I mean, I've been at Wesh well over 10 years, and it's been Dune Dog for well over 10 years. So, yeah. All right. So that's kind of where we're at. What else do we got, people? What else you got? Anything? Anything? You want to talk about records for the day? We could be getting into record heat again. Here's a look. We'll be close. I don't think we'll get there in Orlando. 90 degrees the forecast, 93 the record. So we'll be in the ballpark. I think we'll fall short, though, for Sanford and Leesburg, etc., etc. Yeah. All right. Lots of people don't know I look just like Eric at 320. But yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm going back to 1980 on the name. What, Bruce? What? I don't even know what that means. All right. Rain today, a couple of showers. Best chance of rain is going to be in our northern areas here. Here's kind of a graphical look at today. Could see a couple, especially east of town. Could see a couple of showers as well, Brevard County particularly, but north of town. The further north you live, the better the opportunity you have to see rainfall today. That's where we're at. Thank you, Jeannie. I'm sorry. It's, you know, these things get out of control. My schedule gets out of control. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the calendars. Sorry. Yeah. Any storm systems showing up on the models of the BSR? You know, I haven't even looked in a minute. Hold on. Hit that. Hit that. Do this. Here, let me load the BSR. I haven't loaded this up in forever. All right. So all right. So BSR. Let's look. Like I said, I haven't looked at this in forever. I've been so busy, y'all. I've just been so busy. Just, nice little cold front there. That's around April 7th. So nice little cold front there, excuse me, around April 7th, which makes me wonder, April 7th, what do we have on the raw GFS? Again, April 7th. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Kind of interesting. Around April 7th, that's when we kind of drop the temperatures just a little bit. So there's that drop in temperatures, and there's the BSR showing a front. Decent little storm system coming in. Storm system out east of us. And then that's it. Yeah, and then from there... Yeah, so the beginning there of April, like April 7th or so, you can very clearly see those temperatures take a tumble and kind of hang there. That looks like it'll be a bit of a pattern change. Hold on one second. I will do it the very second I finish my Facebook Live, period. Urgent request. If you can help me find the source material, LOL, that we have rights to use. Sorry, Boston just put in a graphics request, so have to get that taken care of. So yeah, interesting though, right? Like you see the cold front and the storm systems absolutely infiltrating us on the BSR, and that lines up directly with what we've got, you know, heading into early, kind of the first couple of days of April. So it's interesting. I need to start checking the BSR again. 97. I know. I saw that. And what I think is particularly funny is that, if I recall, is the same date that the GFS like a week ago was teasing at high temperatures like that, right? Don't hold your breath, right? Like don't it. The GFS is saying 94 for today, and that's not anywhere near our forecast range. Sometimes you have to remember, computer models are guidance, not gospel. Yeah. When is the next Nicole recycle? I'd have to go look. Tina, being that we're not in hurricane season, here, I'll look. Stand by. Microsoft Excel. Brian, the last shot of the BSR, is that a potential preseason tropical storm? Let's look. Are you referring to like this down here? That date, just so that we have our, so that's the 30. Standby. So that'd be April like 16th, 17th, 18th. Let's look and see. 16th, 17th, 18th. Standby. Checking. It's loading Microsoft Excel. Notes. So I've got Nicole around April 12th. So that would be March 26th on the BSR. So let's look. I mean, that's Nicole. Jesus. That's it right there. That's March 26th. There you go. So there's Nicole. Around, so that's March 26th, which translates to April 12th. And April 12th is what we've got on the calendar for Nicole. Yeah. One other thing, though, around April 2nd would be South Texas area. So it's the Gulf itself, actually. So around April 2nd, which would be 16th. Yeah, so that's another feature. There's a feature in the Gulf. It's pretty far south here, but there is a feature around the Gulf in this window here. And it was there, right there. And that plays into the LRC. So these features are showing up. It'll be interesting to see how it all ends up playing out come hurricane season, but they're showing up right where and when they're supposed to. Yeah. Always interesting. Always interesting. All right, people. Questions, comments, concerns? Anything? 90 today, probably not going to get to records. We'll be watching it, though, for you. And then 80 for a high temperature tomorrow, 60 a low on Thursday. I'm not saying it's jacket weather, but it's looking awful nice. I'll take it. All right? All right, listen, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. Have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will see you today. I'm doing the noon news, but not the 4 because I've got that Producer Academy thing. Yeah. So, all right. So I'll see you on West 2 News at noon and then Coffee Talk at 3:30. Sound good? Sound good. All right. Be good, y'all. Take care. Bye.